All right, guys, January 2nd, Saturday, and we got a ton on deck today. We got a ton of college basketball, a bunch of good bowl games, and a lot of NBA action. Take a quick look back at yesterday, see how we started the new year. Started okay. 5-5 on the straight up picks, 1-1 on my locks, but we did hit an NBA parlay. That put us over the top, so doing okay so far. We're going to try to build that up a little bit today. Crushing on these NBA parlays, though. 4 out of 5 this past week. Going to try to keep that going today as well. Overall, the leaderboard for the new year, I'm at 1-1. Sean and Steve are at 0-2. They both rolled with Bama and Clemson. Alabama, heartbreaker yesterday, blowing out Notre Dame, covering the entire way through pretty much, the entire second half mostly. And then Notre Dame punches one in at the very end of the game and celebrates like they won a national championship, even though they still lost by 17 points. Maybe they had money on the game. Who knows? Because that would be the only reason to celebrate in that situation. And then Brian Kelly, the loser that he is, comes out and says that it's not that Notre Dame isn't good enough. Look at Alabama's other scores. They played them pretty well. That touchdown shouldn't even count. I want my bet back. Anyway, neither here nor there. I told you I was worried about that Clemson game. Dabo had talked all that shit about Ohio State. All I liked was the over in that game. It went over, but Ohio State throttled Clemson. Unreal. I didn't see that coming. I thought they might win that game, but I didn't see that coming. And then Chrissy Moneyline locks at 0-0. We didn't get one from him yesterday, but he will be back today with one. Let's take a look at today. Start with Shawnee Sizzle's Can't Miss Parlay. This is all college basketball. Texas, Kansas, over 136.5. Iowa Moneyline at Rutgers. Creighton Moneyline. Baylor minus 15.5 at Iowa State. I hope he hits it. Iowa makes me nervous. They burned me twice this year. That first time against Gonzaga, okay, I'll give you that. That one against Minnesota, that was a heartbreaker. That was a knife in my back. I don't know if I can roll with them, but hey, I hope you get this one, Shawnee. All right. Stevie, player props. We got an NBA player prop parlay. James Harden over 4.5 made threes. Julius Randle to have a double-double. Zion over 34.5 combined points, rebounds, assists. Magic minus 7.5. I really like that. The problem is these NBA games are on so much later. I'm trying to get this video up so I can get the college football stuff out there. But the NBA, they don't put out all the player props in the very beginning of the day. They don't start putting them out. They put them out throughout the day, and then once it starts to get close to game time, you get all the bets there. So we're not going to have a bunch of same-game parlays right now, unfortunately. I will post at the end of the video, I will post links to my Twitter, Steve's Twitter, Shawnee Sizzle's Twitter. Chris Moneyline Locks doesn't have Twitter yet, but I'll post links to their Twitters. They will be posting picks later in the day. They post stuff on there all the time, though. Check them out. Give them a follow. You can see their picks for tonight if you want to bet with them. And I'll do the same thing on mine. All right. My NBA parlay of the day. Going to try to keep this thing rolling. I like Kings +5 against Houston. I think the Kings actually get this game today. Sixers minus 10 versus the Hornets. Sixers look good, and the Hornets are not that good. I think the Sixers murder them. And the Hawks -6 versus the Cavs. The Cavs have looked surprisingly good this year, but the Hawks have actually looked awesome. And I know it's a back-to-back for them, but I think they handle business against the Cavs. They got a good young team. Trae Young may not play defense, but he can put up points. I think they're going to handle business. All right. I also have a bowl game money line parlay for today. NC State, Iowa State, Indiana. It worries me a little bit that NC State is an underdog against Kentucky. I haven't been impressed with Kentucky this year, but I think they're going to handle business today. Iowa State's playing Oregon. Oregon's played like 2 games this year. I think they take care of business. And Indiana, I think this bowl game means a lot to them. I think they are really going to go out there and try to beat up Ole Miss. Now, will they beat them up? I don't know. I think they're going to win, and I think the score is going to be through the roof. I'll give you that in my straight-up picks here in a second. But NC State, Iowa State, Indiana, money line, parlay, love it. All right, so now I'll give you my straight-up picks for today. NC State money line against Kentucky. Ole Miss, Indiana, over 65.5. I love that one. I love it. Both these teams can score, especially Ole Miss, and Indiana's going to have to score to keep up with them. I see this going through the roof. Iowa State -5 versus Oregon. I already told you Oregon, they just haven't played enough games, I don't think. A&M UNC over 65.5. I know this is strange. I like this. Yesterday, I actually gave this pick too. I like this a lot, but oddly enough, I had 2 dreams last night about this game crushing the over. Take it for what you will, but I'm hoping that is a good omen and this gets murdered. I have a feeling it's going to. All right. My NBA picks, gave them to you in the parlay, but I'll give them to you again. Kings +5, Sixers -10, Hawks -6. I think those are all very, very good picks. College basketball, we have a ton of stuff on deck today. So many games. I had to go through twice just to try to limit some of these picks. I was picking 100 games today. All right, Kansas -4 versus Texas. Kansas is a very good team. Kansas is a very good team. Texas has a good team too. The Big 12 looks like world beaters. They are awesome, but I like Kansas today. West Virginia +2 at Oklahoma, another Big 12 matchup. I love West Virginia basketball. I love Bob Huggins. I don't know. I love them. I'm taking them +2. I think they beat Oklahoma. Illinois -8 versus Purdue. Gonzaga -19 versus San Francisco. Gonzaga is a wagon. I'm going to ride them the rest of the season. They are unstoppable. May not take any more of those 40-point bets, but 19 I think they cover. Michigan State -8.5 at Nebraska. Michigan State really needs to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get back on track, and I think they do today. Missouri +7 at Arkansas. Missouri is a good team. This line is a little bit shocking me, but I like Missouri. I like them. Rutgers +3 versus Iowa. I went back and forth on this game 100 times. I was all in on Rutgers. Shawnee Sizzle got me to flip over to Iowa. I looked at it again. It's at Rutgers. I can't do it. If I lose that one today, I lose it. But I will not be burned betting on Iowa 3 games in a row. I can't do it. Can't do it. 2 in a row is all I can take. All right. So the locks for the day: Sean, Creighton money line, Iowa money line, Baylor -15.5. Gave you all 3 of those in his college parlay. Those are his locks for the day. We'll see about that Iowa money line. Now this is becoming like competition between me and him on this Iowa game. All right. Steve, Magic -7.5. Chrissy Moneyline locks, Hawks, Cavs under 229.5. And then for me, I got Ole Miss, Indiana over 65.5. I love that. Sixers -10. I love it. And A&M UNC, got to go with my dream from last night, over 65.5 points. All right, so that's what we are going to shot and shotgun to. Still working on my little wild turkey here. Hopefully we got to restock because it's getting scary out there. There's no wild turkey in Pennsylvania. I don't know what's going on. And PBR classics. All right. So what we're really hoping for today is some more good football, some good bowl games, some high scores, because that's always fun, especially in a bowl game. And the NBA, I know the viewership's whatever. NBA is so exciting. If you're not watching it, just get over yourself and watch it. It is worth it. And college basketball is popping today. Popping. All right, here we go. Oh man. All right. Man, choked on that one a little bit. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow for week 17 in the NFL. Very bittersweet, but we're going to take one last go at this. We're going to make some money. We're going to make some money today, and then we're going to roll that into tomorrow. Dominate. Listen, like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Let's make some money.